Hello, welcome to my channel. It's me, Nadia. Hi, how are you guys doing? We're gonna do a little chit chat today, and it's just gonna be kind of about a little bit of everything. And I guess I'm not sure what I want to make this title, but it might be Chronically a Housewife, Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover. So I saw that video when I said Chronically a Housewife. These jobs don't care about you kind of blew up really quickly, and so with good effort and for me to have a conscience, I have to go ahead and clarify some things about that. And the reason why I say don't judge a book by its cover is because you might see that title and you might see that I'm a housewife, but honestly I have 3 degrees, and I'm not saying that to say, oh, I have 3 degrees, you know, why am I a housewife or anything like that. That's not what I'm talking about. The reason I want to mention that is that, you know, I don't want to encourage anybody to not get an education, to not go to school, because I know how beneficial it was for me. Even though, sorry, I can't stop laughing. It's just funny to me because I work so hard for these degrees, and for me to like work part-time, it's just pretty silly because why would I spent so long getting these degrees and I put so much on hold and I sacrificed so much to work part-time. You know, it doesn't really make sense. That's why I'm laughing. But the more I think about it, it does make sense for my life. You see, I'm the kind of person who always knew what I wanted. There's always things in my life that are just vital important to me. I love art. I love dance. I like learning. I love all the artistic things, you know. And I've always wanted to have a family. I've always wanted to be married. That was on the top of my list. And I'm a kind of person who wants to do something that keeps me active, moving. So I'm very intentional when it comes to my life. And so the more I think about it, I thought about that video and I realized that I prioritize my free time so I can have time to create, so I can have time to do art. I don't like being rushed. And so I'm kind of having it my way, you know. I get to work part-time, and when you're a nurse and you're working part-time or PRN, you still can make a good amount of money. So I'm pretty high earning, you know. I have the privilege of working part-time or as needing and making about the same amount of money that many people make working full-time. So I have to just go ahead and throw that out there. But you know, if you want to be like somebody who doesn't want to have to put your career first and be able to put your family first, I feel like nursing is a really good thing for that, because you can kind of pick your schedule. You know, you can work 2 days a week, you can work 1 day a week, you can take breaks in work, which I do when I get burnt out. Unfortunately, the job is very stressful and sometimes I just can't do it and I just stop working. And I take a break for like a month or 2, and I don't know if this is going to be forever, but it's becoming a pattern. That's why I said chronically a housewife. It's becoming a pattern. But another good thing about nursing is that you can keep on trying different routes and different avenues and things like that. So I am thankful for that. But I do want to encourage, you know, if you're a young woman, think about your future. Think about, what do you like as a person? You know, I like talking to people. I like being around people. I like, you know, I like results right away. Because when nursing, you know, you can know what you're doing is helping them in the moment. So that feels kind of good too, you know, it feels nice. I also know that I like flexibility. Another reason why I did nursing is because I was thinking to myself, when I get older, when I become more settled, I can go to any country I want and use my skill. I could, you know, take care of people in different countries. That's like one of my things that I want to do. I would love to, like, you know, get involved in that. And honey, whenever the, you know, that pandemic happened, you know, most people were scared. They were scared to go work at the hospital. I was not afraid. You know, I was not afraid. I was ready to go to work. I didn't even think about quitting. I didn't even think about quitting. I didn't even think about, some nurses, you know, that's up to them. That's their prerogative, and I understand where they're coming from. They have children and family and things like that. But I was not afraid to walk into the fire. I was walking towards death. Honestly, that's what was happening, because you know, you'll go to the hospital and you'll find out the reports and you're hearing about all these people losing their lives, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm just walking into fire, and I didn't really complain about it, to tell the truth. I put on my mask, I put on my gear, and I went in there and I did what I got to do, because I'm a type of person who has a lot of faith. I believe that, you know, God's going to protect me no matter what happens. I have that strength. I don't believe in walking in fear. I don't believe in, you know, that kind of lifestyle. Long story made short, I don't want to encourage you guys to say, you know, I saw a comment and she was saying how the system lied to her. And if you want to beat that, the only advice that I could give you is go to school and do something that you want because you want to do it. And, you know, to be realistic, if you're going to go to college and you're going to get a degree, I believe that it should be in science, technology, engineering, or math, which is STEM degrees. Because most times those degrees, you get a guaranteed job, and hopefully you will like one of those activities. If you get something in engineering, you'll most likely get a high-paying job as engineering. If you do something in science, you know, which includes the medical field, most times you'll have a job, you'll be able to work. If you get something in mathematics, I don't know what kind of jobs there is in mathematics, but that goes with engineering. Most likely you'll get a high-paying job. If you do IT and things like that, you know, you'll get a job and you'll be able to guarantee that your degree will correlate with the time that you spent. So I would encourage, you know, if I had to encourage somebody to go to college, I would encourage them to do something in STEM. I also would encourage getting some kind of skill. So like, let's say you don't want to do a 4-year traditional degree, you know, why not go into mechanics, becoming a mechanic? Why not like that, like paramedics, you know, that is also a job that you can do that's not as long as nursing school or things like that, do paramedics. Why not go to beauty school and learn how to do hair and be a cosmetologist? Because, you know, you'll always need people always need somebody to do their hair. Like, so, you know, my advice is, you know, think about what you like, think about what you can do where you can make some profit out of it, and then find a way where you can balance your lifestyle. If you know that you want to be a mother and you want to prioritize being a mother and a wife and all those things, that's a good thing to have in your heart. But, you know, I do believe in being realistic. You know, what if you don't get a husband really quick? Or what if you don't get the family that you want? Will you be able to sustain and take care of yourself? And everybody can sustain and take care of themselves. I'm not saying that you can't, but the way that our economy is right now and the way that things are going, I wouldn't encourage you to not get a degree. I would not encourage that. You know, education, getting schooling, the more education you have, the more opportunities you can get. And that's just the way it is here in America. And I would not encourage somebody to not get that education, because I've seen it in my own life. When I didn't have a degree, when I didn't have those things, I was getting paid like way less just because I didn't have a degree. And I know that I could do the job. But, you know, people didn't want to give me a chance. People didn't want to give me an opportunity because they needed to see that I had the degree. And I wrote a paper, and I might, you know, I wrote it in college, and I might add it in there. But your education level is a big deal. It can open up a lot of doors for you if you have an education. And sometimes it could just be a bachelor's degree in anything. Let's say you just get a bachelor's degree in art. It still gives you an opportunity to maybe get an office job, you know, maybe to get a job like as an administrative assistant. If you didn't have a degree. So that's really on to you. If you don't care about getting a job that's not like where there's so many, like, you know, doing customer service or working at whatever job. I've had so many jobs. I've worked, ow, you're hurting me. So it's really up to you. But I know that when I have a daughter, when I have a son, I am going to encourage them to get their degree. I'm also going to encourage them to possibly get a master's degree, because that's how the society is rolling. And, you know, I would want to make myself competitive. So why not make yourself competitive? And let's say you get married and you have children and you don't use that degree. That's fine, because your husband most likely will help balance things out. But let's say if your husband couldn't work for some reason and something happened, it would be nice to have that career where you could kind of help out and make things happen. In my personal life, you know, I will work part-time or I'll work full-time. If I need to work full-time and we have some family goals that we need to take care of, then I will work full-time to take care of that. If I need a break and I need to work part-time because it's just too hard for me to do, then I'll just work part-time, because I have a loving, caring husband who supports me in my decisions. Now, when I work less, I don't have as much in this household. I have to wait. So it is a sacrifice. Like, I can't just, you know, I like buying makeup and stuff like that. So I can't just buy like a whole bunch of makeup and all this kind of stuff. Hey, Faith, can you please calm down? Hey, hold on. Let me give her something. Here. So yeah, so when I work part-time, it's a sacrifice. Now, it depends on who your partner is. You know, you might get a partner who will be able to, you can not work at all, or you can work part-time and you wouldn't have to change your lifestyle. So it just depends on a lot of factors. I am happy with the choices that I'm making right now, and I'm very thankful and I'm very blessed. So all I can say is just, you know, always being thankful always helps me. I'm always being thankful for the opportunities that I'm having. I'm thankful that I have a husband who understands things. And, you know, I'm the type of person where I like being active and I like having this kind of career, but I don't want it to drain me and take my whole life away, you know, because I have a lot of things that I like to do. So, and I prioritize being able to make my home more homey. I prioritize not being exhausted when my husband comes home. I prioritize, you know, not feeling overworked or overwhelmed. That's what I prioritize. So, you know, find a balance in your life and see what's important to you, right? Right? So, yeah, even though I said, why is she biting me? Hey, Faith, can you please stop? That's not good. That is not good. You got to stop biting. She's a little snippy. Here, go get that. So yeah, find out what's important for you. Come up with the roadmap and a map of how you want to make those make that happen. My another advice is always be thankful for what you have. Be thankful where you can go. Listen to your body, listen to your heart, listen to your mind, and kind of evaluate how you're feeling when you do certain things. That goes a long way. And most of the wives that I know who are like housewives, who are these kind of things, I don't really know their story, but most of the times it's not like they are just like singer one that, I don't know many who just say, I'm going to be a housewife. That's what I'm, most of the times it just works out that way. Most of the times they meet a man who has the same, who wants them to do that kind of stuff. Most times they get a husband or somebody who says, hey honey, I want you to do this. Most of the times it's the husband who is open and willing to have that lifestyle and ask the wife to do that. I haven't seen a lot of cases where the woman had that plan, that that's what she wanted in her life and that's what she got. Most times I don't see it like that. Most of the times I see it happening in the marriage or happening while they're dating. So, you know, if that's what you want, maybe when you're dating, you need to like ask those questions, or make sure you date a husband who is open and willing to have that kind of setup. Now, one thing about me is, when I dated my husband, I did say, hey, when I have a baby, I'm very direct. I did say, when I have a baby, I want to have the option to take care of my own baby. I want to have an option for the first year, 6 months, or whatever, to take care of my baby. I don't want, this is me. I don't want other people to take care of my baby unless it's like my mom, my dad, my, you know, his mom or whatever. I want to be able to take care of my own child, and I don't want to use daycare or nothing like that. And I made that known to my husband, and he agreed. So you do have to make your needs known. Will I change my mind when I have a baby? I don't know, but I prefer not to have daycare. I prefer to be the main caretaker of my baby. And I'm already planning it right now because I'm a nurse, so I'll probably work 2 nights or 1 night a week or something like that. And then I'll probably work 1 night and then I'll start working 2 nights, but I already have it set up. The nights that I'm working and while I'm sleeping, you know, my husband will be the one taking care of the baby, or my husband's mother will take care of the baby, or my parents will take care of the baby. That's just how the setup that I want. So, you know, kind of know what you want, be vocal about what you want, ask your partner when you're in the dating stages if this is something they're open with, if this is something they're okay with. So that is a big deal, you know. Kind of like making it known what kind of lifestyle you would like, and ask them, is this something that they want? Is this the lifestyle that they prefer? Is it something they want to do? Now, I do have another thing. I did talk to somebody else. I was talking to somebody else, and I told them the same thing. Hey, when I have my family, when I start, you know what that person said to me? They said something that told me that they were not open or willing for that to be a possibility. So guess what? That was not the only reason, but that showed me that we were not compatible. So I did not want to continue or further a relationship with that person, okay? I did not want to continue or further that relationship with that person. My nursing degree is for me. My nursing degree is for me and for my family. It is not for me to, you know, no. Because there are some men out here who will try to date you or try to be with you because they think that, like, if you're like a high achieving woman or a woman who has, like, you know, a possibility of making, like, you know, good money, there is men out here who see that and they want to be with you just because they see you as somebody who can make them money, somebody who can make their life fulfilled in a certain kind of way. They see you as a money bag. They see you as some kind of, they want a sugar mama. There is men out here who want a sugar mama who are opportunistic, okay? I cannot be with a man like that because look at me. Now, one thing is, I will work hard. I will work full time if we have a family goal, if we have things that we got to do together. But I'm not going to be with somebody when I see that they're just trying to you know, use me or something like that. There are men out here really who are trying to use women, and I will not be the one. Okay? So you do need to watch out for that too if you become a high earning woman or if you become a stable woman in that situation. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a man wanting a woman who's ambitious and things like that if that makes him, you know, happy, or if that's something that he sees. But he needs to be able to do his own thing as well. He shouldn't be, in my opinion, a man shouldn't really worry about what you're doing. They just need to worry about what they're doing. And that's just my opinion on that. Anyways, love ya. I think I talked too much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.